What's going on, friends? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, this handsome gentleman next to me is not a mirror image of me.
It looks like it though.
It looks like it though. It's the beard.
Yep.
It's definitely the beard that sets us apart. This is Adam Legg of LeggLife. He and his wonderful wife, Sherry, have been hanging out with us in Portland for this weekend. They were here for your birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
You are 24. And also to see the stage show Hamilton, which was in Portland. And but while they were here, one of the things that Adam and I share, if you've probably seen Adam in the vlogs before, but one of the things that Adam and I share is a love for coffee. So what we decided to do before they came down is for him to bring 3 coffees from Alaska, from Anchorage, Alaska, that he loves, and that we would get 3 coffees that I love from Portland, and then we would try them on each other's channels and, you know, kind of do just a little like friendly rivalry kind of thing. So if you are interested in seeing the video that we made for Adam and Sherry's channel, it will be in the description, where we tried the Portland coffees that I chose for him. But today we are going to be trying the Anchorage, Alaska roasting beans majig. I don't know why I said it like that, but that's what you're here for, right? The goofs. So, the first coffee we're going to be trying today, Adam, is what?
It's from Kaladi Brothers Coffee. It's a Guatemala bean. Kaladi Brothers is kind of the giant in the Alaska coffee industry. By far the most locations of any local roaster. This is my wife's favorite company. Kaladi Brothers is one of those companies that not only do they have a good product, they're just good, like, they're the kind of business you want in your community. You know, every January 1st, they give all of their donations to a local nonprofit. Like, they're just their tagline is Catalyst for Community. They're just a good, like, caring organization that also makes a great cup of coffee.
Awesome. Well, so we have made all of the coffees that you're going to see today in the same manner. We have hand ground the beans, and we have done the pour over in our Chemex brewer here. Yeah, let's drink some coffee. Let's give this one a shot. So this is the Kaladi Brothers. What is the name of the coffee?
The Guatemala, the Serra de Oro.
Serra de Oro. I believe that means an old wooden ship.
Yep, that's what linguists. We've lost the language years ago. Mm-hmm. That's what they believe that it would have meant.
What language is it?
It's one of those.
So I get hints of coffee.
Yep. There's a definite coffee underbelly.
Okay, well, let's give it a shot. First thing, it's incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
There's almost no bite to that whatsoever. It's really smooth, not overly bitter. This is a little bit darker of a coffee than I normally drink.
I had the same criteria for all of the beans that I brought with me. I walked into the coffee shop and I said, hey, going to Portland this weekend, stand with a buddy who loves coffee, want to bring a bean that will impress him, right? And so I wanted to go off of what they would recommend to the store if they're the experts, right? And so this was one of the ones that Kaladi recommended, the Guatemala.
It's good. I don't get a whole lot of like different flavors that jump out at me, which, you know, it's a well-balanced, just a well-rounded coffee.
Yep. I think my favorite thing about this one is that there's, like, you talk about there being no bite. Sometimes in coffee, that's one of the first things you get is that bite. And this is just like incredibly smooth at the beginning, a little bit afterwards, but.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to the next one. Okay, we've got the second coffee that we're going to taste today, brewed and ready. Adam, why don't you tell us about it?
Yep, this is a Black Cup. It is a Cafe del Mundo. This was a brand that was purchased by Kaladi Brothers a couple years ago, and they've really tried to make this more of their, it's more about the bean, this brand, than the syrups or anything else you add. So a lot of people who love the bean, big kind of coffee aficionados, have been really liking Black Cup. I will say that of all the stores that I went into, told them what we were doing, this was the store that the barista was the most helpful as far as like, totally understand what you're doing, this is the bean you have to have. Like, this was definitely what he said this is what they drink there, so.
I'm really excited about this one because the art on the bag. That's not really the only reason. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm weird. All right, let's pour it up. Let's try it. That's great. That's delicious.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
So when I was grinding the beans for this one and when I was pouring over, it got really, really intense fruit flavors. But those have kind of backed off as far as the taste portion goes.
It's nice and smooth beginning to end, though. That was one of the things we were talking about with the Kaladi brothers, that it starts off smooth, but it doesn't stay that way, and so like what you're kind of left with in your mouth actually isn't all that great.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have that.
The foretaste is definitely a little bit of a fruit.
Yep.
Adam was saying that it smells to him like raisinets. And I still get a little bit of a fruit, but usually when you think about a fruity coffee, you don't always think of like berries and like sweet fruits. You usually think of like citrus fruits, but this is more of a sweet fruit, and it's got a little bit of like the sweet kind of makes you think of like a chocolate covered fruit. I get like raspberries or blackberries, like like a darker fruit.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say some of the characteristics in this are blackberries, sassafras, milk, chocolate, and I think all of those.
Chocolate and blackberries,
For sure.
That's exactly what I get.
Yep.
This is great. This is really, really good. Easily better than the first.
Yep.
I would drink this happily all the time. Okay, so we've got the third coffee brewed up and ready to go. Adam, tell me about it.
Yep, this is from Steam Dot Coffee. Steam Dot is based in Anchorage. Very known as, if you like, kind of like the last one, if you like the bean, or if that's what you're about, there feels like Steam Dot Coffee Labs. Like it's very much like the science behind coffee is their thing. This is a Guatemala from Huehuetenango, an area there in Guatemala, so I'm hoping it's delicious.
While I was grinding this and brewing it up, kind of just trying to smell it, it gave me a really interesting feeling. Not necessarily the smelling like it's hard to explain. It gave me some like really nostalgic feeling, which is kind of hard to explain. But we surmised that it has a little bit of a savory smell to it. And so I said it makes me think of like family gatherings and being at like my grandparents' house and stuff. And we think because of the savory, you think of like Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas, Easter. But that's what it made me think of when I was brewing it and grinding it, just based on the smell. But I'm interested to see what it tastes like.
And a fresh coffee. This was just roasted on April 3rd, so I mean just
4 days ago.
4 days ago,
Yeah.
so yeah, nice and fresh.
God, it smells amazing. That's really good. What do you think?
I like it. I don't like it as much as the Black Cup. Only because I'm looking at the tasting notes. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Okay.
I'm surprised at what it says the tasting notes are on this because I'm not necessarily getting that.
Let me guess. This one, again, go check out LeggLife's channel as well for the other 3 coffees that we did. This one reminds me of the first coffee we did on your channel, the Stumptown bean that we did. It reminds me of a black tea.
Very similar to that one.
I don't get any citrus at all. I get maybe some like dark chocolate. Maybe like some like barrel aged things. And then that savory smell kind of transfers over into kind of making me think of like I'm sure they're not going to put this on the bag, but it's kind of like salted caramel.
Right. Exactly the kind of flavors that I would say as well. Do you want to know what they say the tasting notes are?
Hit me.
I think you're going to be surprised at this.
Yeah.
Orange blossom,
No.
which I don't get any of.
No.
And then sugar cane, which I got a little bit when I was smelling it maybe at first, like maybe a little bit in there, but I don't get any citrus in this at all.
Usually you can tell when a bean is brighter, when it gets those like brighter citrusy flavors. I don't get any citrus in this whatsoever.
Not one bit.
But that shouldn't detract from this being a very good coffee. It's delicious. I would drink this every day.
Yep.
So we've had the 3. We've had all 3 of the Anchorage beans now. I think I would go Black Cup, Steam Dot. It's fairly close.
Yep.
And then let's put some space in between, and then Kaladi.
And I think that's probably, Kaladi is the biggest, but it's also known as like the most maybe mass appeal You know, a lot of flavorings, a lot of flavored coffee, the syrups.
It's like the Starbucks of Alaska, seeing as
Yep.
how Alaska is its own country. It's not.
Yep.
It's not in the United States.
No, but we can see Russia.
Yeah.
We can see Russian coffee
from your porch.
From our porch.
From your porch. Well, that is going to do it. We have tasted 3 coffees. Well, by now, since we've already filmed another one, we have tasted 6 coffees. We are highly caffeinated. We are going to move on with some more things and some more stuff. So thank you so much, as always, for stopping by. Again, make sure you check out in the description below. Head over to LeggLife. Hit the subscribe button. If you're new here, give me a like. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for your time. It means the world to me. What are your favorite coffees? Have you been to Anchorage, Alaska? Have you tried any of the coffees that we drank today? Have you been to Portland? Have you tried any favorite coffees from there? But as always, find someone you love, tell them you love them, peace, and be good to each other.
I got to see Colin do his sign off in person, Sherry.
Yeah.
I got to see Colin do his sign off in person.
How did it make you feel?
Warm. I'd say the tasting notes
What
of your
are
sign
the
off.
tasting notes of my sign-off?
It was buttery, like it was
Buttery?
like smooth, and it was like I'd say buttery and snuggy. It was warm and smooth.
Snuggy. It makes you just want to like sit in a
That
blanket.
should be a tasting note. Snuggy. It's just very snuggy and woolsocky.